Welcome to my new mini-series. We're going to break down 3 different underrated GOAT format decks. First, we'll look at a paper list. Then, we're going to dive in the card choices and the specific reasons why. And finally, we're going to review some gameplay. Alright, welcome to the first episode in this mini-series. We're going to explore these underrated GOAT format decks. Of course, the first deck I have to bring to you guys is my favorite deck of all time from GOAT format, and that's Benkai OTK. Now I know recently Benkai has been actually made some waves. It actually topped, I think it was a GCI event, which was really awesome to see. But they were playing a little different list than I am. I prefer to play a more turbo variant of the list, and so we're gonna check that out right now. So in paper, we're playing a very small monster count. It's 3 Benkai and 3 Gotetsu. These are the heart and soul of the deck, right? 1 Cyber Jar to kind of turbo through our deck, and of course the last card is a Sangan, and what's great is Sangan can search every monster in our deck. So that's it for a very small monster count. Into our trap cards, again, very small trap count. It's a very spell heavy deck. We're only playing draw cards. Triple Jar, 2 Good Goblin, and 1 Reckless. So the reason we play the Good Goblin Housekeeping is because they are additional draw power, your baits, and they just really, this deck really needs to turbo through its deck to draw cards. And you can't play the Morphing Jar because you want to keep everything in your hand. So Morphing Jar having to discard your hand goes against the strategy of the game. And so that's why the Good Goblin Housekeeping comes in as just additional draw backup. And then we'll get into the spell cards. So again, for draw cards, more draw, and pseudo draw. So if you count it all up, there's about 6 plus 6, so it's about 12 cards in the deck that actually just draw cards, which are actually really nice. So that's more than a quarter of our deck. So for our back row, obviously we're playing everything we can. We just want to be proactive with it. And then equip spells, we're playing the good ones, right? You see these are pretty much golden. And then we're playing, the okay ones. This is our strongest single boost. And this gives us piercing, which is really nice to have. And I'm playing 1 additional equip spell for this purpose is the Fusion Sword Morasame Blade. The reason we play this card is because it's a equip spell that gives 800 attack points, or it's the next best thing below Axe of Despair. It equips only to a warrior, which Benkai is, and finally, when it's equipped to a monster, the sword itself can't be destroyed by card effects. So sometimes you'll see your opponent will save an MST or a Dust Tornado once they know you're playing Benkai. If you don't have the back row clearage, you'll summon the Benkai, you'll equip stuff, and then they'll just space it away. So it's just, it covers that. And then the last 2 equip spells in the deck are of course searchable, but we're playing Snatch and Prem. Remember, if you Prem a Benkai, it gets extra attacks. And then the last part of the deck is Stall. Obviously, we're playing the Triple Scapegoat and the 1 Swords. That's it for the main deck. It's a 40-card main deck. We're trying to be as consistent and as precise as possible with getting at our Benkai. So now, let's go check out the card by card with some specific choices, what else you can play, and then we'll get into some gameplay. Alright, so let's check out the card by card and let's dive into some deeper details now about the deck. So this is actually the GCI 2024 topping Benkai list. I wanted to start off with this as a base list to see where the idea of where the deck is going and what it's been up to lately. And so right now this list is a little bit slower. They're playing the aggressive triple of each equip spell, which we like, but they're playing a very high monster count and defensive traps. It makes sense, right? Because you want that idea to be able to play like an actual deck does, but it takes away from the idea that K should be an OTK deck and you want to do it as fast as you can. Playing a deck like this is supposed to throw your opponent off with how fast it is, because it's naturally a slow format. So the one thing I will say though that I do like, but I didn't end up including on my list, is the emergency provisions. I really enjoy this card for the same reason that we play the Fusion Sword, is because your opponent's going to try and knock out those equip spells, and so you can always chain that to gain some extra life. But again, it's not do anything to like advanced strategy per se. It's just a good card to counter. So now we're going to check out the current list, right? So this is the list that we just ran through. Very turbo, very spell heavy, and we're just kind of getting into everything we want to. The biggest thing with this list is there are a couple flex spots. You can always cut 1 or 2 of cut spells. You can always cut 1 or 2 of the draw traps. But I really like the idea that we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Technically 13 cards in the deck that say draw. I know Cyberjar says pick up, not draw. Whatever. But the idea is that you're turboing through the deck really as fast as you can to see all your equip spells. And we're playing more equip spells because that's the point of the deck. You're playing the 3, so that's 6, 7, 8, where is it, 9, and then you play 3 ways to see them. I just really like the consistency this deck has over a lot of other decks. And it's committing to the strategy. It's going balls to the wall. It is doing that strategy only, and that's all I need to worry about. So that's why I like playing a turbo version of this. Again, if you look in the side deck, it's not a side deck per se, right? It is additional cards that you could be thinking about. You have to think about what this deck loses to. Loses to back row, right? So we can play a Cliff in there if we want to really get over our opponent's back row first, and then swing with Benkai. But again, it would still lose to like a Mirror Force, right? If that swings it first. It also loses to hand disruption. So, but not in like a traditional sense, like if they duel you, you get dueled, right? But if they're playing card destruction or Morphing Jar, and you have built up your whole hand, that can really hurt. So I thought about playing Gravekeeper's Watcher. Now, what Gravekeeper's Watcher does is when an opponent activates a card effect, and then makes them discard a card at the resolution, not at the cost, but at the resolution, right? So that includes Graceful Charity, that includes card destruction, that includes Morphing Jar, something like that. Then Watcher can come in, you can pitch it as a hand trap, and then you can negate the effect. Did it come up? No. But it was like something you could do. It was cute, you know. Morphing Jar, again, I said I don't like playing it, but you can play it. Sorry. I don't like playing it, but you can play it. Your hand is too important. Tomato, I see people playing Tomato, and I don't get it, right? Tomato summons Benkai, but it's during battle phase, right? So if they pop your Tomato and they have another monster, you just summon Benkai, and then you're like, oh, well, my Benkai is going to die now too. So I just don't personally like the card, especially because if you're trying to use it like offensively and you swing into something, you can't get a Benkai and equip all your equip spells in battle phase, right? Unless you're playing, you know, you're playing a really cool combo, right? You're playing Benkai, or you play Mystic Tomato, you slap all the equip spells on it, or you slap the equip spells on a third monster, you swing with Tomato, you summon Benkai, and then you get, where is it? This card. Collected Power. Now, if you're playing that, you are on the spice of the spice. But let me tell you, that's bad. So we're not playing that. That's why I don't like Tomato. I don't think it's a good card in this list. It just doesn't do anything for the deck. And then, of course, we have a Royal Decree. Again, because we're not playing, defensive traps or playing traps really in general. We're just playing the draw traps. They're all bait anyway. Games 2 and 3, you can just swap out some of the draw traps for a 3 Decree, and that acts as more back row removal, right? Same thing as Zing. Same idea. You're just playing a card that says you can't play your back row, which is really what Benkai loses to, besides hand disruption. And then this is another stall card. You can play all the stall cards. Gravity Bind, a lot of people play Level Limit, Swords, Scapegoat, Toll, all the stall cards you want to. But I liked Wall of Reeling Light the most. Or you can play Messenger of Peace. But Wall of Reeling Light is the one that you could just kind of slap it on. It's a trap card. And by paying like 2,000 or 3,000, they can't do anything. And so it's kind of a really niche stall card that people aren't really prepared for. I think it's a fun card. And plus it kind of leaves your opponent, it lulls them into a false sense of security, because they'll just leave their monsters in attack mode until they can find a way to get rid of it. So that means it's a lot easier for Benkai to run them over and deal more damage. That's kind of everything in the list. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The additional 2,000 life gained off of upstarts does not matter because you're already hitting for like 15,000 points of damage. I think that's it. There's nothing really else to explain here. I mean, there's the combo. I hope everyone knows the Big Bang Cheernade combo. You equip Big Bang Shot to your opponent's monster. You activate Cheernade, return Big Bang Shot to your hand. Big Bang Shot has a line of text that says, when this card leaves the field, banish the monster equipped to it. So it's a 2-card banish. Is it good? No. But can you do it? Yeah. Does it come up? Certainly. So something else to think about when you play the deck. So this is our list. So we're going to hop into a game and see how it goes. And then we'll review that gameplay. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright, it looks like we found ourselves an opponent here. And so we are going to see what we want to do. Always setting the greed. I don't think I even want to rip the upstarts right now. I think we just set the greed and pass. See what they have going on. Yep, all good, sir. All good. No dust shoot. Cool, we're playing a Chaos Turbo player. Or Control, but most likely Chaos Turbo because that's all the ladder is. I would like to show in-person play, but I don't have access to people who want to play Go format right now. Okay, Okay, that's a pretty good draw. Stand by main. Give a good shuffle. Let's rip the upstart. See if our opponent does anything. Okay. I don't see anything quite yet. I think we'll set the housekeeping. And then we'll just wait for that. Yeah. There's no need to rip the charity yet either. Waiting until I see a way to Benkai or something like that. Alright, so now we're playing the upstart game. That's funny. So we know our opponent's hand has 2 Thunder Dragons. Sure, Sangan's fine. Right, so now they have 2 Thunder Dragon, they have a way to Sangan, so unless their Sangan is searching Karibo, I don't have too much to worry about. And so you know where this card, now it comes up to play this play. So I think I want to go Big Bang Shot, equip to this. And then we're going to go True Nade. And let's see if our opponent knows this combo. Nice. He's thinking. Well, he already banished the monster, so I think we're resolving the card, sir. Unless you want to think some more. Wait. Okay. And then we'll just set them all. Where is this? Activate. 2 spell trap. So they want to go chain, and we'll go grip, and we'll go. Okay. Now we're all good. So they have 1 Thunder Dragon left in hand. And then we can resolve our card. Okay, so now we can play around with other stuff. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. I want to send. LOL. Me too. Reading's hard. So we're going to pitch our good goblins so we can get engraved for our next one. And then I would like to... Let's do some math here. So Benkai will be 1,500, 2,500, 2,900. And then that times 1, 2, 3, 4 is game. So we just go send this. Activate. Get our guy. And we make our opponent cry. To grave. Normal summon. 1, 2, 3. 29. Oop, that's not how you do 29. 29 times 4 attacks. Nice. So I think we were okay either way with that. Okay. Sure. More life for me. Ah, duo is... Oop. What is it going to rip here? 3 Upstart Goblin? Yep, sir. 2 grave. And I will throw the other one to grave. Sure. Sounds good. Okay. What I want to do here. Shuffle, please. So sometimes you get duoed, and that hurts. Playing the Warrior Lady is really interesting. So I think this is more of a chaos control build. Or maybe they're deciding into control package. Either way, I can see it. We're going to set, and we're going to activate this. And see where they let us. Hello? Excuse me? Tokens, please? There we go. I hate DB so much. I would play in person if I could, but I can't. And there we go. First bait. And now our Good Goblin Housekeeping will be more powerful once we draw the second one. Our opponent's probably reading that card. They're like, what the hell is this? Yeah, we'll see what's going on. It's a shame we had to activate the scapegoat there. I was worried about the space though, so I'd rather them space the good goblin than, because it was a 50-50 there and I didn't want to lose a 50-50. Well, yeah, we'll see where it goes. Okay, that's 2 of them gone. Remove. Sounds good. Okay. We are safe for another turn. Yep. Now it's important to note that unlike last game, our opponent has 7,000 life points, whereas last game they had 10,000. Either way can be really beneficial. Or that 3,000 point difference can be really beneficial. Damn. Okay, let's try and figure this out. So if our opponent knocks out... So if we set the Benkai, we're praying that they don't banish it. And both of their cards say banish. So I don't think it's going to happen. So I think, unfortunately, I have to hold the Benkai and just eat more damage. They sided in all the back row hate. Sure. Sometimes you get stuck in positions like this too, where if those draw cards don't resolve, then we're not seeing part of our deck, right? Our opponent's 27 cards in, we're 31 cards left, so they've seen 4 more cards in us, which is important. Bomb. That doesn't get us there. So we go set. So that's plus 15, plus 19. So we're at 24. That's not enough. We're eating more damage. Right? Another card that you can definitely play in the side deck for this, something like front row removal, like Smashing Grounds or Lightning Vortexes or the like. Those cards are actually pretty good to deal with, like Warrior Lady. Warrior Lady is a problem for the deck because you can't just like run into it and hope to get there. So this is a prey. Our opponent doesn't have another monster or a knock. If they have a monster or a knock, we're kind of SOL. Sure. Yep. This hand's already pretty promising. So the only road to target in this deck is the Benkai. So it's excuse me, there we go. So it's worth it right now to just get it out the deck. So we're thinning. And we're going to set a few. And having 2 allows us to bottom deck 1 for the good goblin. So I'm going to see where our opponent gets us. If they hit us with a heavy duo, okay, just under, that's fine. King Tiger. Interesting. That is a card. Excuse me, DB, will you load? No? Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I took it. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. How do I play around this? Short monster for the cover. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, good goblin. Draw. I would like What am I bottom decking here? What am I bottom decking here? Probably this. And then we're going to set a Benkai. And then go from there. King Tiger. King Tiger. If I can see the Trunade, that'd be really helpful. Yeah, Trunade would go crazy here. That's not Trunade. Got another one. I think just to preserve life total. Because we have the premature. So that's just an additional attack we'll get on Benkai anyway. As long as he doesn't Kaiko them away. Sure. That's a card. That is a card. That's also a card. Now the question is, do we snatch it and they either space the snatch or they have a battle trap? Let's find out. Okay. So we're going to give him, so he's 17 plus 14 is 31. And then we're going to trample. So he's taking 31 minus 21, so 2850, something like that. No, other way, dog. Is it 2950? Okay, that makes sense. I can't do math. Main phase 2. Set this. Yep. I also just have a big piercing King Tiger that they have to out now. Otherwise, I'm getting in there. So sometimes this is what you can do with the deck, right? Your opponent sides in the cards for you, and you can kind of play around that. So, and if they out this, it's getting banished. So hopefully not seeing it again. I think this also showcases the power of equip spells in general. I don't think equip spells back in like LOB format or MRD format, right? 2003, even like 2002, 2003 formats. Those were like when you could play equip spells and they actually kind of mattered. Go format has access to some really good equip spells, and people just don't play them. Like you can just play a one of Mage Power in any deck that plays back row. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. Ripping the snatch is kind of wild. Yeah, I'll take that here. More stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Well, now we're playing a dangerous game. I really need to draw a Trunade here. Damn, I don't think we did it. I don't think we can do it. It's at 31. I can't summon back a Benkai, otherwise it'll die immediately to Wanku. Damn. Well, sometimes you don't win them all, but you try. Opponent summons anything big. Yep. Yep. GG. Wow, no GG. Okay. Well, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck. I know we didn't win that game, but it's still a fun deck to play. It's definitely can catch your opponents off guard. Obviously, it's not the top deck, right? But it's a ton of fun. It can definitely catch some opponents off guard. And if you have a good side plan, right, if you're actually siding, you can prepare for better cards like Restrict, Wang Hu, and DD Warrior Lady. Stuff like Book of Moon, stuff like Knock, stuff like Minecon. Those are all really good cards to kind of take your opponent's problem out the way and put your own things there. You can also play Tribute Monsters in this deck too. I'm realizing that's something you can do. I don't know if I like that idea of playing a Monarch in there, but something you could size, something to think about. And then same thing with the other list playing like a Sword Priest in the main, stuff like that. It gets the problem done, but it's a fun deck. So I hope you guys like this first part in this mini series. Stay tuned. Part 2 is coming out soon. We're going to be doing a really fun deck for that one too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.